Hello, everybody, and welcome to Through the Mists, episode 26. We're missing one mana today. We hope that she has a wonderful holiday tomorrow as she travels down to see her family. But together we shall make sure that Lyra doesn't get into too much trouble, right? Right? That's how this
All
works?
the trouble.
Even if she were here, she'd be getting in plenty of trouble. So,
That's fair.
Whatever. It's okay. It's okay.
Totally fair. So, should we do a quick recap? Last time, you were all following this fellow, Harlow, that you had met down here in the caves of Timor, as he was trying to lead you back the way he had come to find his friends that had disappeared. On the way, you had found a staircase, because on the map, there was a staircase, and I pointed it out, and then I immediately realized what I had done wrong. And so, going up the staircase instead of following Harlow, you found a like a natural chute or some kind of roughly hewn hallway that led up to another area. This area had some of those glowing glowing kind of teal blue mushrooms that were dimly illuminating, and I believe Twiggy was kind of hanging out in the tunnel with Kalen and Crumb. I forgot the other guy's name. Anyone?
Man-face.
Darn it, Yona. My bad.
Yona.
Yona. When Kalen had disappeared, and Twiggy, you watched Kalen holler for him and then go back down the chute, and then his light disappeared, leaving you in the darkness. So as your eyes adjusted, you had decided to sit on some of those glowing mushrooms and wait. You were eating them as Dizzy, Lilith, and Lyra had gone farther down the tunnel to a split. You had taken the left-hand path and found a dead end, but at that dead end was a fairly shallow pool, about 10 feet, so not like super deep, but taller than or deeper than any of you are tall. And you'd noticed something glinting at the bottom. Lyra had jumped in and tried to will the water to help her get the thing up without her having to be in the water too much. She had been able to snag this amulet on a chain from something that was on the ground and then climb back out. Then fickle fate had set in, as our house rules are wont to do, and I believe it was Dizzy noticed that behind Lyra, or as you were standing next to the pool, it began churning, and up from the water is coming a fairly grotesque corpse that seems to be moving of its own volition. Did I miss anything? Does that sound right?
Sounds about right.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to have everyone click on their tokens and roll for initiative.
Ah! Alrighty.
Where
Good
is
old
my-
one.
Amazing.
Oh, there I am.
Amazing.
For some reason, my token disappeared for a second, and I was like, "Well, I don't understand. Please
Don't
explain
make
this
me
to
do it. Don't make me.
Make me." Okay, why is the sheet not working? Ugh. Come on.
Sheet.
Stopping dumb computer. Oh, this poor dog. It's
John's
trying
dog
to
is all
work.
drugged up today, which is both sad and funny. Cause,
Poor puppers.
Right, because he's so cute.
Yeah, it wants me to parse it again for some reason.
Oh,
What? Okay.
I wonder
yeah,
if they're
okay.
doing any kind of, well, I
Yeah,
got
But it did that last time too. It was weird.
weird. There it goes.
Did it print?
I got a
hey.
7. Perfect.
Nice.
All
He's
right.
paying attention, of course.
So Dizzy, you notice this. Its head is just breaking the surface. Looks like kind of a humanoid figure that has some like adornments, some gold adornments on it, of a craft that you've never seen before, that doesn't really seem familiar, but its flesh is just kind of that puffy underwater and is kind of sloughing off. It looks like parts of it have been removed by some means, so kind of skeletal, kind of fleshy, but definitely animate. What would you like to do?
I think I'll hold my action to see
Okay.
what it wants to do. Like if it seems hostile, then I'll attack. But if not, then I will just kind of see what it wants.
Okay, sounds good. If there, what would you like to do for your held action if it's hostile?
It's gonna be a rapier swing.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Twiggy, so down that hallway, you're munching on some glowing mushrooms. Make a perception check for me.
Perceiving. He's the most perceptive.
You are the most perceptive.
Some would say probably the most perceptive.
You do hear some splashing water from the direction that your friends went. What would you do with that information? I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I mean, this is an odd time to be bathing, but I mean, I suppose like if you're gonna go meet a queen, you should be clean. And if there is a place to go bathe, I mean, I'm sure I am pretty gross right now, having dipped myself in various different confectionaries and teas, etc. So I think he's going to, mushrooms in hand, kind of waddle, fairy hop his way. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Somehow having more speed than a halfling.
It's the
Right,
it's the
yeah.
wings.
It's the wings. It's weird. Yeah, I'll just kind of pop around the corner and see what's going on.
Yeah, the dim illumination down at the end, you see a faintly glowing pool next to a small grove of those mushrooms. Your friends are standing there. For the most part, only Dizzy's looking into the pool currently. And it looks like Lyra is really inspecting this shiny gold amulet. And she seems to be dripping water as well. And I think that Lilith was facing, like you were all kind of trying to figure out. So Lilith is facing away from you.
Oh, okay. So we're all taking turns then for the bath. There's like a one person bath probably.
Yeah. It looks
Yeah,
like someone's
that's
in
probably what's
there,
going on.
maybe, because it's moving.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's where the guy went. I mean, he went down the slide, but he probably came back up while I wasn't paying attention. I'll probably call out and be like, I call next. I get the next bath.
Okay. Anything
That's-
else?
Nah, I'm gonna munch.
All right. So with that, a mostly skeletal, slightly fleshy, slimy hand reaches out and tries to grab Lyra. Lyra has advantage on her perception, so I'm gonna see if she notices this real quick. Oh, I don't have her sheet open. Meh.
I mean, I feel like Lilith would be, also watching this very closely and want to stick her hand out to, like, protect her, too. So,
Yeah. So
you know.
as this like splashing, slurping noise happens as it kind of like tries to grab, she does notice it, so it doesn't have advantage to grab her. And completely whiffs. She just lifts her head out of the way. It slaps its hand on the ground. It kind of sinks a little bit. Dizzy, do you feel like that was being... Sorry, I forgot the word you used.
Hostile? You said it was
Hostile.
swinging at Lyra?
Yeah, do you think it just tried to grab her? Like grab her ankle and missed?
Okay. Did it seem like it was trying to get out of the water, or if it was actively trying to grab her?
Both. It seemed like it was trying to like get out of the water and grab her, and as it swung its arm wide, it slipped and went back into the water. But you could use that as your your attack if you want.
I'll wait just a little longer, but I'm
Okay.
gonna back away. Just take like a step back.
Okay. Lilith, there's this squelchy body that is kind of trying to get out of the water. It's bobbing just below the surface at this point. What would you like to do?
Ah, gosh. Do we make friends? Do we give them a hamburger? They obviously, need something. Probably the necklace. Let's see. I am going to channel divinity. As an action, present your holy symbol and speak a prayer to the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must take a whiz saving throw.
Okay.
If the creature fails its saving throw in its turn for 1 minute, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. What the hell does that mean?
So a turned undead will literally turn and run away from you.
Okay.
Unless do you have destroy undead yet? I don't think so.
I don't.
Then yeah, it'll turn and run away if it is turned, which it has advantage and got a 9. So is it a reaction to move away or is it on its turn?
Let's see. Wiz saving throw DC 13 is what it says over here. Spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can.
Okay.
And it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you.
Gotcha.
It also can't take reactions for its action. Okay.
Nice. So yeah, it is currently still bobbing there, but on its turn it will move away from you.
Okay. I think Lilith is going to leave it be and just kind of like get her we'll get her mace ready.
Okay.
To thwack it.
Sounds good. Well, that brings us back up to Dizzy.
Alright, I'm gonna look at Lilith and say, what should we do?
We actually don't want it to hurt Lyra. I have a feeling it's after the necklace. Maybe we should just try and talk to it and ask why is the necklace so important?
Alright, I'm gonna look at it and ask if it speaks common.
So currently it's like just kind of just below the surface because it like is still bobbing down from its turn, and then when it comes to be its turn it will swim away. I'll do a perception check for it to see if it hears and understands you. How does that sound? Perception, of which you have none, so just a wisdom check. You say it, and you're not totally sure whether the creature hears you or not.
Okay, so I'll just kind of bide my time again.
Okay. You do hear Twiggy behind you, and as it... Oh, no, it's Twiggy's turn first. It does look like it's preparing to, like, kind of push itself under the water more. Twiggy, what would you like to do?
Well, I mean, given that Lyra is wet, she just had a swim in a bath, and no one's going into the bath. There's only been 6 seconds. Despite the fact that he's impatient, he's going to give it a little bit more time to see if anyone else is stripping down to get in the bath. Because if you guys aren't going to get in, he's going to get in. So yeah, he's just going to kind of munch and wait patiently. Well, as patiently as he can. Getting in that water though.
Okay.
Great.
Can you make me a perception check, please?
Perceive is, I mean, that is pretty much what he does. That is his number one super awesome strength. The most perceptive of all creatures.
Nice. So as you're, maybe licking some mushroom juice off your fingers and watching this happen and kind of relishing washing all this stuff off of your wonderful fur. There is a noise behind you, like the sound of something scraping against stone. And you kind of look that way, but you don't see anything. There are some glowing mushrooms down near what looks like a turn to the tunnel. Off to, I'll click on the map. It's to your right from the where you came out of. But there's sounds like something moved over there.
No boy.
Oh, that's probably where they went. No need to be bashful. Everybody bathes. Come on over here. Just wait in line. One person per bath. I called it before you, so you go after me.
And everyone hears this happening as... are you staying there? I should ask before we're moving on.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably like, what's his face and the other guy, what's his face? Man face? Man face and
Totally.
and eyeball man. You know, those folk.
We're not playing He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Yes, we are.
I am looking forward to that game coming out this year, though, or next year.
It's gonna
2023.
be so fucking epic.
We're
And,
gonna have to do some streaming
do
episodes
have
of
to
that.
do it. Yeah. Oh my god.
Hey, Face Man.
Face man.
So
Yeah.
on its turn, the thing it doesn't even like swim. It just sinks to the bottom and then kind of walks off towards. Looks like it's walking towards the wall, but then you see it disappear. Like there is an alcove under the outcropping, or not alcove, but like tunnel under the outcropping that you don't see.
Ooh.
What? Actually, I guess I should move. Nope, that's about where you get. It disappears. Are any of you doing anything to go after it?
I mean,
No, I'm not.
sure. Maybe we can, come back to this or send somebody later.
Okay. Then we'll
Seems
just
intriguing.
step out of initiative, because standing there and waiting for it to come back for a minute, if it's going to, would probably be a little dull. We'll just go with yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Lyra kind of looks down there. She's like, "It's mine." And then she
Cool.
starts looking at it again. What do you all do?
Well, I mean, I guess should we check the other side of this tunnel? Or
Yeah,
head
should we
back
check the
and try
other
and find our
path?
friends?
Yeah, as you head
What
back.
was that?
I asked if we should check the other path, the one that doesn't look like it ends at a dead end.
As you head back towards Twiggy, you do notice that Kalen and Yona are nowhere to be found. You don't see any torchlight.
Well, I suppose we should look for them.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, they were gonna help us. We should find them.
Who?
The people that were showing us around these tunnels.
Yeah, weren't you with them, Twiggy?
Oh, they went to use the restroom, I think, and then they're in line behind me for the bath. Are you guys
The
gonna get in,
bath?
or like, is it my turn now? Like, yeah, the bath, like the bath over there.
And
I
Twiggy,
mean, if you
the
want to get
water
in, you
has...
can. I wouldn't recommend it though.
Wait, what's wrong with the bath? Is it because Lyra was in there? Like, are we all going to turn into like elk people now,
Hey.
or?
None of that
Well,
from
I'm
you.
saying, like, hey, look, magic is weird, all right, and as a very powerful wizard, I must, of course, be cautious in these matters.
I don't think it was magic. I think it's just water.
Yeah. So what's wrong with the water then?
Wait, he could jump in for just a little bit and take a bath and jump on out. I don't think that creature is gonna come back and get him. Don't worry about it.
And Twiggy, you look at the water, it's, pale glow is kind of gentle, and the sloshing has stopped. There's a little bit of like a wave, or not wave, but a little bit of disturbance to the top, but you don't see any creature in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll strip down and get in, and I'll get my bath, while also saying that Face Man and I guy, went down the tunnel to go relieve themselves. Pretty sure that's what humans do, I think, and then they're in line in the back, the other side. You guys can have it after me, though. Well, mine. It only fits me. Yeah, fits me.
Or
Suppose I'll just stick around to make sure that nothing happens to Twiggy.
okay.
I'll do the same, knowing that Twiggy probably really does actually need a bath. So
You
I'm just
can
gonna-
see, from the various pastries and mushroom juice and all of these like sticky substances have just like kind of clotted together on his, usually fluffy fur.
Aw.
So as you
Does,
watch,
Anything approach from the other side?
you don't see anything.
They're being bashful. They're being shy. But they are probably over there. That's probably where they are.
Now, can we hear any of this? Can we hear what Twiggy hears?
Oh, why don't you make a perception check? Nice. Dizzy, do you also want to make one, or are you watching the pond, the well, the area? Yeah, you're so enraptured with watching
yep.
as Twiggy decides what to do that you don't really notice anything. But Lilith, you listen, and you do hear off in the distance. It's definitely further away than you can see. Like, it doesn't sound close. You hear a slight scraping noise. It goes on for a few moments and then stops. And it does seem to come from that tunnel that's ahead of you.
Okay, I'm gonna relay that to everybody, and I don't think that it's our friends trying to take a bath. That doesn't sound like happy splashing.
It doesn't sound like splashing. And as far as whether it's your friends, I mean, that tunnel might lead back down to where you were previously. You don't really know.
Yeah, they're just being shy.
Well, should we go down the tunnel?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Alright.
Twiggy, are you taking a bath first?
I mean, he'll jump in, but now that they're moving, bath is is one of those like nebulous concepts. Much like dirty is a nebulous concept to this fake creature. So, given his attention span, it's probably not in there for long enough. Just long enough to leave a film at the top, and
Okay.
film of glitter and grease and sugar,
Okay.
and we'll roll out and air dry in the air. It's important. Kind of a sweeping back and forth little motion. Zip over here, zip over there. He'll dry by air.
Dizzy, you just see this like spray of droplets as Twiggy's zipping around trying to dry off, and then are the four of you, three of you with Lyra, heading down the tunnel that you have not been down.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Okay.
That's where they are.
Yep, sounds good to me.
So as Twiggy and Lyra catch up and everyone starts heading that way, Lilith, make a perception check for me.
Hey, okay.
Please.
How's
Nice.
that?
From behind you, you're pretty sure. So we're talking back the direction you just came from.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a voice, and it seems familiar, and it calls out to you. It's very faint.
I'm gonna answer it. Hello.
Okay. So as you turn, oh, I didn't set this up. Never mind. Hang on. Going back to our other screen. Hold,
Girl
please.
Scout cookies,
I just
Girl
broke our
Scout
stream.
cookies. Oh, no.
I thought I had our video all set up. I lied. Okay. As you turn around, you're no longer in the tunnel. You look around and there's mists around you, but they're not super thick. You can see what looks like a mountainside next to you. You can see the sky to an extent, really to the extent that you can tell it's not blue or the black of night. It's more like this weird orangish purple color. Kind of hurts to look at, but the mist covers it enough that it isn't like super disorienting. Wind kind of whips around you, and there's a figure not too far off in the mist, uphill a little bit, illuminated by some kind of sickly light that is just seems to come from nowhere. You don't see a sun or anything like that.
Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna immediately channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary on myself
Okay.
just to illuminate more and kind of protect myself a little bit more.
Okay.
And I will slowly walk up to this creature, this
So it's-
person.
As you get closer, it's a short-statured person, is shaped like a person, fairly squat, somewhat robust, and as you get closer, it becomes obvious that you know this person. It's actually Umrak, the dwarf, your friend who you lost in the mist on episode 3, I think. Lilith, finally I've been able to get a hold of you. Where are you?
Friends, we were in the tunnels, and it seems to me that you're out and about. Where have you been?
I've been here waiting for you. I told you to find me.
Oh, well, we're here. We're here. I'm gonna go up and give him a hug.
Okay. As you approach, what's your passive insight?
15.
Okay. So as you get closer, you notice that his eyes immediately, like they're looking at you, and it's really difficult with Umrak because his eyes glow. But you do see this like shift in his gaze to something over your shoulder, and you bend down to give him a hug, and he pats your back.
Oh, what a sweetheart. Come with us, and I'm gonna assume that like I can turn around and go back
Okay.
to find everybody again. That's my assumption.
As you turn, there's a slight tug on your back, like it kind of it's kind of across your chest, but like it seems to be coming from behind you. And you look down, and like the strap to that giant sword that you had picked up from the house is kind of being pulled taut, and you don't see your friends behind you. You just see mist.
Fabulous. I'm going to hold on really tight to that strap and go for the sword
Okay.
to hold it.
Do you pull it out, or are you just like hanging onto it in its sheath?
I'm gonna pull it out and hold on to it with the most fiercest grip.
Okay. As you you do that, and you turn and look, and Umrak has a hold of the sheath, but he's like kind of staring at you, and he lets go and looks at the sword. That's not from Faerun, is it?
Not sure where this is. Well, this is from part of our adventuring. Don't worry about it.
No,
It'll protect us, I'm sure.
it's good. We can use it to get out of here.
How do we use it to get out of here?
We need some pieces to unlock the door to get home.
That's fantastic. I need your help then. Let's find those pieces. And also, where are my friends?
I'm speaking to you from across the barriers.
The barriers.
You're still with them.
Oh boy. So what do I need to get out of here? And how do I find you in the barriers?
I will try
Through the
to
barriers.
keep in contact with you. Try to find objects like this that are tied to this plane.
I'm gonna give him another just huge hug
Okay.
because he's such a sweet dwarf. And ask him for, any kind of guidance for our next step.
That's a really good question. Roll a persuasion check for me. Okay. So he thinks for a moment. My patron says to continue the way you're going. The Spidery Queen has something you can use.
Must be the jawbone. It must be the jawbone. I'm gonna thank him
He shrugs.
profusely. I'm gonna thank him and hug him again because he just seems like he needs like a big blanket of a hug.
Right.
And then say, I will find you. Just keep trying to reach out. I will find you. And then turn right back around and go back.
Okay. So while this is going on, Twiggy and Dizzy and Lyra, you notice that Lilith has stopped walking and is just kind of staring vacantly off into nothing, like this very fierce stare, very concentrating on something, but not anything you can see. What do you do?
I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and ask her if she's okay.
There's no response.
She's probably thinking about like her missed opportunities to take a bath. I mean, because it is right there. And I mean, when was the last time you took a bath, Lilith? I mean, I got a bath and it was spectacular. I mean, short, mind you, but I mean, there's not enough time really to take a bath. Not a proper one, anyway.
I mean, Twiggy's not wrong. We all need a bath.
I'll try shaking her a little bit.
Okay. She just kind of rocks on her feet, but manages to stay up. Like her body seems, we'll say, aware of itself enough to maintain its position, but mentally she's not there.
What should we do, Twiggy and Lyra?
Lyra goes in front of Lilith. Lilith, wake up! Wake up! Starts like smacking her hands together.
What I would expect.
And then she just slaps Lilith. Oh, I don't know. This is weird. I don't like this.
What should we do?
I don't know. And right about then, Lilith blinks, and you are back here.
You guys, you'll never guess who I ran into. It's our little dwarven friend, but he was on another plane, and he told us that we need to find more things like this. And I'm going to pull out the sword. This is a key to getting us out of here. This is one of the keys. And then put it back in. And I think the jawbone is another piece that we need.
I thought the jawbone was the piece, like, you know, the door that had the back door. Because every back door has a back door or something. I mean, it's complicated. Magic is very difficult to fully explain, you know, to people who don't understand magic. But pretty sure that the jawbone was the back door to the back door. Right.
I'm not really sure that's how it works, but I don't really use magic, so I could be wrong. Lyra says.
Look at that baby face.
Hi, baby face. Hi.
Super cute. Hello. Oh, that's the first smile I've seen out of her in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually she's got grumpy face on. Goodness.
Although when Adela was like hanging her upside down a couple weeks ago, she got a good smile out of that.
Yeah, that's just the grumpy face upside down.
Right. All right, so what do you all want to do?
Well, I mean, the other two are up that way. They're just being really shy. They've probably never seen a naked fairy before. I mean, I know it's glorious. You guys can come out now. It's I mean, if you really need to get a bath, we're running out of time because the queen is probably waiting. You know?
You get no reply.
Like I said, really shy. They're being very, very modest right now. Super modest.
Lyra's gonna walk down to the end and peer around the corner. There's more mushrooms. I don't see anyone. Continues on. Oh, there's bones.
Should we continue down?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna get them, we probably should. Pretty sure they're down that way.
Lyra's like, why do I feel like we're lost? We're getting there. And she's gonna head that direction. So Dizzy, just double checking, with your dark vision, you can see that there is what looks like a cave that's opening up, like a cavern, small cavern opening up to at the end of the tunnel that you enter into. There's a faint glow, but not enough to really mess with your dark vision. And Lyra will creep that direction. What is Twiggy doing? Are you following along?
Yeah, still air drying.
Okay.
Just
Are you staying with
hovering here.
Lilith so you can see in the dock?
Yeah, I mean, not because I can't see in the dark or anything, just, because, just hanging out
Right.
and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't want to make the elves feel bad. Sorry. The elves.
Yeah.
The elves.
I mean, the elves, they're doing reconnaissance, for reconnaissance reasons. Yeah. Not 'cause
So
you can't see in the dark.
Lilith will move with you up the hall, and you can see as Lyra creeps along, this faint glow on her of the mushrooms, and then she disappears behind a column of stone that's in the center of this hallway. Dizzy, what are you up to?
I'm gonna follow Lyra.
Okay. As you move through that tunnel, are you trying to move quietly?
No, not particularly.
Okay. So there's like a faint crunching of bone as you move through, and you look down, and there's just like random bits of bones. Some seem to be perhaps humanoid, whereas others are like, you can see carapace bits of those centipedes. You can see what look like maybe animal bones and skulls, just kind of spread out and worked into the dirt, like they've been mushed down over time.
Mm-hmm.
Lilith, unless you say otherwise, I'm just going to keep moving you along with everyone.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm good to go along with everybody.
Okay. So you head down this direction as well. Lyra's going to get to this spot that kind of overlooks this cavern and peer out. She's like, there's a drop down. She whispers back to you quietly. And some more of those mushrooms and a lot more bones. I don't see a way out.
Well, the way out's down.
Okay.
Why don't we examine the room before us? Just,
Okay.
I don't know, see what we can find.
Lyra will slowly creep down the left-hand staircase, and Dizzy, you do notice that to the right is another staircase that goes down.
I'll
You
go down the right
notice.
staircase.
Okay.
Oh, uh-huh.
You notice on the bottom of the right staircase there is a dried area, or an area that looks like dried something in the dirt. It's kind of reddish, dark reddish brown in the light that's coming off the mushrooms. And Lyra will go this way. Are you perceiving the room or investigating the room? You choose and make a roll for me.
Okay.
Join in with that perception.
You
With a perception.
can. I'll move you guys up there.
Investigating.
Nice. And Lyra. Okay. So Dizzy, as you head down those steps, you see Lyra kind of pull up and goes up against the wall that she's creeping next to. And it looks like she's listening to something.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks back at everyone and goes, shh. Very quietly.
Okay, I guess I'll try to sneak now.
Where would you like to sneak to?
I want to sneakily examine the blood or possible blood on
Okay.
the ground.
Do either a nature or a medicine check.
Huh.
You can definitely tell that something has been spilt here, but you're not really sure. Your gut reaction is that blood has been spilled here, but you couldn't say for sure if that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do, Dizzy?
I'll, I guess, walk towards the center of the room and see if I can see anything as I'm walking
Okay.
there.
What's your passive perception? It's like 11 or something?
It's 12.
12, okay. You look around and you see just kind of piles of bones. There's more red, dried substance kind of around the room. But in this far corner, there's definitely a lot of these bones built up. A lot of them seem humanoid. Some are undefinable as far as what creature they came from.
Okay.
And other than that, you don't see anything. You don't see a way out of this room.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like
can
an
I-
animal's horde.
Mm-hmm. Can I examine the crystals on the wall?
Sure, yeah, you've seen formations like this shortly after, because you went down that chute of mushrooms. That was the first time you saw them down there. You're not really sure what they are as far as if they're some kind of mineral or whatever. They don't glow on their own, but they seem to enhance the glow from the mushrooms. So like they're catching the light and like refracting it and making it brighter. So that area is a little bit more illuminated than over by all of the skeletons and bones.
Okay.
And just like to your left as you're looking at the crystals, you do notice that there is it almost looks like there's a tunnel, but you kind of look into it and it's more like the ceiling has dropped down and it goes back a little ways, maybe 10, 15 feet, and then ends. It's just much lower, about 3 feet high. So it's more like just a small cutout area of this cavern.
Okay. I'll just kind of hang about then and see if anyone else finds anything.
Okay. So Lilith and Twiggy, when you're available, you let me know what you're doing.
Alright. I think I would like to join Twiggy in checking everything out.
Okay.
Can have I ever seen anything like this? Is this something that looks familiar at all to me? Like animal, human, what kind of creature?
Sure, make a medicine check if you would. And I'll definitely say that it's obvious that many of them are humanoid, but like as far as telling the difference between the structures of like an elf skull compared to an orc skull or something like that, is what your role is for. So you're looking at them and most of them look neither human nor other skull shapes that you could remember seeing. There are some animal skulls. There are carapaces from those centipedes that you saw. So it just kind of seems like a mishmash of various creatures. Most of the humanoids are the same, though, as far as their structure.
Can't tell what they are.
Yeah, you're not really sure.
Lilith is going to reach down and take a jawbone, and we should get out of here.
Okay.
Is there
guess
supposed to be like a door here or something?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Wasn't there like supposed to be a door here? Because like there was the grinding of a door, which is where they came from, right? From when they went downstairs to relieve themselves, and they came back up here through the door. And now I don't see a door, and they're not in here, so they probably like got really shy and then went back downstairs through the door. But I don't see a door. Do you guys see a door?
I do not see a door.
Twiggy and Lilith, why don't you both make perception checks?
Super good at those. Super good.
Nice. So, Twiggy, you're looking around. You see no door. There's definitely not any kind of door. You also see that. I don't know what it's called. It's like not an outcropping, but like an undercropping over kind of by where Dizzy is. But with the dark vision that you've been granted, you don't see a door over there. It just kind of ends. You could easily fit in there, but you're sure Lilith would have to crawl. Lilith, in the meantime, you're looking around, and as you're like, we should get out of here, you look up. And there's like these very dark corners in the ceiling as it kind of like is somewhat unnaturally shaped. And you notice that in one of these divots is something that does not fit. You're trying to like your mind's trying to wrap around what that thing is, and it moves just slightly. Like it definitely is not human, and there's certain bells going off in your mind as far as what it looks like. It looks familiar, like something you've seen recently, but it's not. It just resembles that thing. It just doesn't look like it. Go ahead and make an intelligence check. Let's see if 2 and 2 go together.
Let's see here. Oh, that's a saving throw. Never mind.
That's all right, because your saving throw is +0, so that would have been your roll anyway.
Ah.
It comes to mind that it looks vaguely like the Mariketh, but not quite. It's definitely different enough to give you pause.
Oh, I my God. I'm going to point that out to my friends. And what should we do?
Hey, you.
It
Yeah,
begins
you.
to skitter on its back, like moving its arms and its legs in kind of a crab walk kind of way on the ceiling. And a voice, it's very thick and syrupy. It says, "You aren't supposed to be here. It said I would be safe here. Go away."
Where's the
Frankly,
door?
The door's not in here. Go away.
No, it is definitely.
Is this who we're supposed to capture for the queen?
It definitely is unique. You haven't seen anything that looks like it. And that's kind of what you were told to find. They're like, you know it when you saw it.
What are you trying to be safe from?
Dizzy, go ahead and make an intelligence check as well. Sorry, I'm trying to remember something. Clarify if you remember. Did you went to like the museum and all of that? You went on that trip with everyone, right? Like the group wasn't split for all that. Okay, perfect. As you're looking at this, you realize there's tatters of clothing still on this thing that remind you of the robes that the priests at the Church of Man were wearing. You see just like tatters of like similar. It's very hard to tell because the light is so dim from the mushrooms, but like you catch color, like flashes of color from the robes that are similar to what the priests were wearing. You notice just like little remnants of symbols that also remind you of that.
Okay, I'm gonna relay that information to everyone. So I don't know what to do with what I just noticed. So maybe one of you have a plan.
I'll light a torch.
Okay.
He's the one everybody was looking for in town.
It
That
covers
disappeared after the jawbone disappeared.
as the light flares into life. It covers its eyes, like it closes its eyes. They're very large, blackish eyes that remind you of the Mariketh, but like aren't quite the same. Like the Mariketh didn't really seem to blink, whereas this has these weird, thin eye membrane, like eyelid membranes that slowly close over it. And it makes this screech noise that definitely reminds you of the Mariketh and like the one you had grabbed that was shrieking. Go away, get out of my home.
How can we help you? Besides going away, is there anything that you need?
One of those membranes peels back slightly and peers between elongated fingers at you. Where are you from?
Trying to find our way home. We actually got stuck here and we're trying to find our way out. But we like to be helpful. And we've found that people, if we're able to help people, then maybe in turn we'll be able to find our way out and home.
I don't know what the likes of you can do to help me.
You must need something.
Make a
You must want
persuasion check. Okay. If you are offering, you can kill the Mariketh Queen for me. and it makes this noise that after a moment you realize you think it might be laughing.
We don't know where she is. Could you point us in the right direction? And pointedly not saying like, yes, we're gonna do this for you, just like we need to know where she is.
With the hand that he's not covering his other eye with, he gestures back the way you came.
Okay. I'm gonna say it was a pleasure to meet you. Turn around.
Okay.
Wait, what if that's the Marqueth Queen? And it's like a double test.
Lyra's like, oh, well, that would be uncanny.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever met a queen from another world? I mean, they can be
Do
pretty
you count?
tricky. What?
Do you count?
I mean, I am pretty important, but no, I'm not a queen. I did wear a crown once. I mean, it wasn't my crown. I mean, it was borrowed from a cousin who had a crown, who was like borrowing it from somebody else, and then it was passed around for about 100 years as kind of part of like a kind of a party favor sort of thing. But no, I'm not important. I am important, very, very important.
As Twiggy's explaining this, Lyra's kind of like sidewalking. She's doing that, like watching the creature while walking along the wall back up the stairs. Dizzy, what are you up to?
Let's see. Maybe I can try and persuade it to come with us.
Okay, what would you say?
Well, why don't you come meet the queen with us? And our party of other adventurers.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion. As Twiggy, are you staying there or are you moving with Lilith? Because now you have your own light source, so...
I'm trying to decide if I want to get closer to this thing to get a better look at it. Just to see if it actually is a queen, because it was wearing those robes that Dizzy pointed out.
Gotcha. Okay, so in the light, it's still kind of squinting at you, Dizzy. And that eyelid blinks over its eye again.
I've already met the queen. She made me into this.
But are you not the one that the queen is looking for?
I'm not even gonna make a roll on this one. There's like a moment of like surprise on its face.
I shouldn't be surprised that she's looking.
I don't know why I did this to my voice. Why did I choose this?
Well, if she turned you into this, she might be able to turn you back.
That's why I want you to kill her.
Wait, hold on. So, you're a priest man guy, and you came down here, and then she turned you into that, and then she somehow lost you, but then by killing her, then you will become not lost and become a man person priest guy again.
I am brother man.
Right, okay.
And they took me from my bed.
Oh, well, that sucks. No one likes to be taken from their bed. Although, I mean, it does happen all the time. It is kind of like how a lot of us are kind of reproduce,
Is it a
like...
queen bed or a king bed?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have a
good
twin?
It just glares down at you all.
What
Oh, wait,
color
wait.
are your sheets?
Wasn't this the guy who's like, who was on holiday? Yeah, you're on holiday. You're on like what's it called? They had a word for this.
Sabbatical.
Sabbatical. Yeah.
Is that what they told you? Are
Pretty
they
much.
not even looking for me?
Oh no, definitely not. No. No, you're on sabbatical. I mean, if you really are upset about it, you should probably come back with us to town. Because man, I mean, for people who worship like humans, like you are not doing a very good job of representing.
I've been trying to find my way.
Oh, it's easy. Like it's down the stairs this way, and then we went down the hallway, and there were some sewers, and then the people with the
While Twiggy goes through like a
stuff.
turn-by-turn, like literal turn-by-turn explanation, is anyone else doing anything?
I'm gonna turn to Lilith and just. So what should we do about, I guess, him?
This is a conundrum. Maybe we should keep him safe? Or
Yeah, but he doesn't seem to want to come along with us, so
no. I mean, obviously the queen wants him. I feel like it would be bad to hand him over, but I don't know. Do we hand him?
well, maybe we can convince him to come along, and then find our other crew, and then I guess decide from there, since they have a better idea of what's going on than we do, from what I gathered.
I mean, it sounds like they're warring factors or factions. So, like, he's from one side, she's from the other. They're both going to hate each other. So, who do we side with?
What about you, Lyra? What do you think?
I hate this place.
All right, well,
Valid.
let's see if we can convince
Valid.
them to come along with us and then just leave.
Okay. So, what would you say to convince him now?
That we'll try to find a way to get him back to normal.
Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion, and this time do it with advantage. Nice.
You can do that.
Yeah, I'm a powerful wizard. Obviously. I mean, we
I'm
would need the
just gonna
jawbone.
let Twiggy talk.
We need the jawbone, of course, because the jawbone's kind of like, you know, pretty powerful magic, and you gotta have to have kind of, you know, object and magic, you know, to do the thing. You know, ever heard of spell components? I mean, that's kind of one of the things we're looking for.
It drops down from the ceiling and like skitters towards Twiggy.
What about the jawbone?
Okay, do you not know anything about That's right, no, you worship people, that's right, okay. Magic components are things that are used to enact or channel magic, right? So, like, the jawbone is used to channel transmutation magics. Transmutation, it's for...
You don't mean the key, do you?
Well, yeah, the key to magic, yes. That's what basically a component is a key to magic. Come on.
Good. It would be terrible if the jackal-wares were released on the world.
And it
Yeah,
seems to
They're
relax.
already released.
But yeah, they've already been released. I don't know what you mean.
Mhm.
What do you mean he said it wasn't the key?
Oh, it is a key, but it also does that. You know, like some things, you know, have multiple uses. Yeah, like apparently it also releases jackal wares. Weird, huh?
Yes, I'll go with you. If you can show me how to get out.
I can go through the list again on like how to get out of here, but like it really goes.
You
down to,
never finished.
Oh, well, then there's the whole like sewer thing, and you keep going down the sewer, and then like it's past like the kids who were dropped off, for daycare that never seemed to ever end, and wasn't really a reciprocal sort of thing. It wasn't really part of a reproductive cycle or anything, like we do sometimes. I mean, night hags do the same thing on occasion, although that one's pretty bad in comparison to like changelings, for example, which is all in good fun.
It watches you for a bit and then begins to scurry up the stairs.
Great. Well, let's go.
We follow.
Okay, it scurries back
We
to
were
the
supposed to
intersection.
have it follow us.
Well, yeah, it scurries back to the intersection, and it looks like it's going to go down the intersection that heads down to the chute that leads to the stairs that led you up here last week. But then it waits for you.
Is this where you came from?
Yep. That's where the other two are. I mean, they've been relieving themselves for quite some time. I mean, I think it's probably something they ate. Probably something they ate. I mean, it does happen. The food down here is terrible.
What other two?
Oh, well, there's Eye Guy and
Spaceman.
Fancy Face. Spaceman, yeah, the one in the dirt that we found who was like, oh no, I'm in the dirt and I'm gonna find my friends. And they were like, yeah, sure, we'll go find your friends. And then couldn't find them.
Your friends are dead.
Well, I mean, maybe dead tired after relieving themselves for so long. Am I right?
No, the imposter probably ate them.
Probably not, no. There are no seagulls here. No one could possibly be eaten.
It chuckles a bit more and then begins to head down that tunnel.
Follow.
Yes, we
I guess we're following.
Okay. So as you climb back down the chute that leads to the staircase, the creature goes from like skittering on the ground to kind of trying to walk to climbing up on the walls and skittering around that way. It's kind of disconcerting to watch as it tries to move this body that hasn't. It seems like it's stuck between its original shape, that of a human, and the Marikith that it was probably being turned into, is your best guess, having looked at, you're looking at it. And so like its limbs aren't really the same size as each other, and so it seems to have a difficult time moving about. But they will lead you to the bottom. What do you do?
Like cure wounds on it and see what happens.
You can, you could definitely do that.
Sure. Why not?
So as your magic emanates, like, what's the word I want to use here? As your magic emanates forward and you touch it, the creature looks back at you, but nothing changes, and then it scurries ahead.
Just trying to help.
And you empty out into that corner that the staircase kind of was formed into. Up ahead is the way you came from. To your left is the tunnel that Howl was trying to lead you down. And you don't see any sign of Howl or Kalen or Yona.
Oh boy.
Well, I guess they're looking for the creature. Still. Probably what's going on.
Well, we still need to get that jawbone, so they did tell us to go this way. Maybe we should just go this way.
Oh, wait, Sabbatical Man doesn't have the jawbone?
He does
Weren't
not.
you like, Professor Keeper or whatever you guys call yourselves of the jawbone?
The jawbone was in its place when I was taken.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. Not anymore.
I've gathered.
Oh, is it the Queen? Was it the Queen who said? Or it was who said that the Queen had it? Someone said the Queen had it. Someone has the jawbone. What, it's not you?
No, I don't have it.
Well, now that's a conundrum. Kind of hard to do something about this. Is it a curse you're under? Is curse magic spell? Like what's the deal with that?
I don't know.
Was there like a rhyme associated where she's like, until like morning light, until the birds take flight, something about 8 roosters? No.
It starts making this keening noise that kind of sounds like the Mariketh keening noise that you had heard before. You're pretty sure it means distress, but it's not like the full-on screech. Jizzy, what are you up to?
I'm gonna be looking around, seeing
Okay.
if there's like any traces of our other members.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me, if you don't mind. Nice. Near the edge of your dark vision, after you step off the stairs, you notice that you're pretty sure you can see Yona to the left. It looks like Yona's standing without the torch that he was carrying earlier, looking at the side of the tunnel from what you can see.
All right, I'm gonna call everyone and say, "Hey, there's Yona. Let's go see what's up with Yona."
Okay. Lilith and Lyra are like, absolutely, I would love to do that.
That's exactly what Lyra would say.
Exactly.
She's like, this is the best ever. None of this is suspect.
And in
I'm
fact,
totally
she
gonna walk
takes
out in the open.
she takes Lilith's hand and she takes Dizzy's hand and she like gestures for Twiggy to sit on her shoulder and then she skips.
do.
Yeah, she skips with all of you
Yeah.
down the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think
None of
I
this
would
is
know
unusual.
that something's going on. So, do I need to make a check or anything, or?
Nope. Are you just heading that way to see? What do you?
I'm not gonna go.
Okay.
I will. I got a torch.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Lilith, now that you're back, so Dizzy sees Yona standing down the tunnel that you haven't gone down yet.
In that direction?
You want to head in
Going
that
that
direction?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go, Dizzy. They're heading that direction in not an out of character kind of manner.
Okay, I guess I'll go with them.
Okay. Brother Man says,
I don't think you ought to go that way.
But why?
Why? Yeah.
The imposter lives down there.
The what?
The imposter.
Imposter of who? Who's the imposter? of?
And that's what it's called.
But that's Yona, unless it's not Yona.
it like scrambles up on the wall and like looks.
I don't know who that is.
Well, I mean, but he's really kind of with the underground childcare service that like no one ever picks up the kids from.
If that is your friend, you should tell him to come away.
What?
Blech.
Hey,
let's
Hey.
call out to Jonah then and ask him to come over this way.
You call out, and looks around. Twiggy has a torch, yes? Looking around, and then he stops, like, after a couple of times of tracing past you, he stops and squints, because you have, like, a little torch. And he starts wandering your way. It seems like he's being very careful, as though there was something to his left, your right as you're facing him, that he's attempting to avoid, and then he chooses the right tool to use here in Roll20 and steps into the torchlight. Oh, good. It's good to see you all again. I dropped my torch. There's a drop off back there. I wasn't expecting it, and it surprised me.
Oh, well, did Man-Face and I-Man, like, fall off in there? Or, like,
I don't know who you're talking about.
you know, the other two. Guy in the dirt who's
You're
like, oh, help
the
me
most
get my
confusing
friend.
little creature.
What?
Oh my god, what is
perfect
that?
sense.
And he's like gestures at Brother Man.
Oh, that's sabbatical guy.
I'm gonna pull out my rapier and just look at the Jonah and say, "Who are you?"
I'm Yona. Who are you?
And you don't remember the other companions that we had?
I am quite certain that that thing wasn't with you. And he gestures to Brother Man again.
No, but what about your friend and the other person that we picked up?
No, if you mean Kalen and Howl, I don't know where they are. But I don't know who this face man and eye man or whatever. I don't know what he's talking about. And he gestures to Twiggy.
Yeah, that's the name that Twiggy gave them.
Oh,
It's a very good name.
And also, this person that is with us, they were transported to what you see now. So we're trying to figure out a way to turn them back.
that is the creature that the Queen's been looking for.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But
Excellent. Shouldn't we tie it up or something?
no, we're not gonna give them to the Queen. We're not, because there's some weird stuff going on. This is the priest that apparently went on a sabbatical, but didn't actually go on a sabbatical.
I don't know about that.
Can you not see the tattered robes and symbols?
You're not sure that Yona or Kalen has actually ever seen somebody from the Church of Man, because they were brought down here as children.
Ah, okay. Well, I can assure you that I am 95% sure that this person is from the surface.
How did he end up like... He gestures.
He said the Queen did it.
It's not usually how they turn out when the Queen transforms someone.
But is that common on sabbaticals? Like, people go on sabbatical down here and then they get turned into
Usually they get turned into Mariketh.
that's not America?
No, that is an attempt at Mariketh, at best.
Oh, well then she's
Maybe
losing her
the
grip.
Queen messed up.
Well, I'm not sure why she wants him back, but you sure you don't want to take... Don't you want an audience with the Queen?
Yes, we still want audience with the Queen, but I don't think we should bring him.
Yeah, we do, but I feel like this, him, I think he knows things, and I things that will help us and everyone on the surface. which makes me think that the queen is hiding something.
That
Oh.
wouldn't surprise me.
The jackal wares will be so excited to see you too. Yeah. And most of town, I think, will be really excited to see you as well. They've been like, wow, he's been on sabbatical for a long time. And, I mean, like, every good thing has got to come to an end. And then maybe when you get back, they'll, like, put the bone back or something. Because, like, they're like, oh, well, I guess the guy's back. And then they'll just put the job on back.
So what would you all like to do?
I feel like we need another safe place for our friends. Or, maybe if I can use part of my cloak to try and make another cloak for our friend to hide it a little bit better.
Okay. For
When
Brother
it's-
Man.
Yeah.
I think we should find our remaining party members.
Well, they must have gone back out the other way, because there's just a drop-off that way.
He
Like,
just
you can-
walks over there and then stood there for, like, all quiet, like, by the drop-off where you dropped your torch. Because
No.
I know you can't see in the dark.
No, you can continue on after this first drop-off, but after that, there's another drop-off. And I was coming back because obviously there was no way that Kaylin went that way. I don't know where Howl came from. I was coming back to see if I missed something when I dropped my torch over the edge.
Why'd you drop your torch?
It was an accident.
There be more creatures in the ceiling of that drop off.
What? Oh, yeah, I guess that
Well-
makes sense. I mean, the Marikith can crawl on walls.
Mm-hmm.
We can go look.
I mean, I don't know if we really want to. We could just try and continue on without them. I think we would have found them if they were okay.
Or they would have found you. Oh, you mean Caitlin and Howl.
Yeah.
I thought you
You
meant
think they're
creepy
dead?
crawly creatures.
Oh yeah, they
Just
probably
making
went home.
friends all over.
I mean, I don't know why Galen would have gone home, but maybe he didn't know which way you went. Why don't we go back that way? And he gestures down the tunnel from where you came.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't we just come from that way?
So there's the stairs that you came out of, and then there's the direction from which you came,
Oh.
which is
Okay.
this way. And then there's the tunnel that he went down that has the drop off. What do you think?
Well, I suppose we don't really have any leads, so I guess let's just follow.
Yeah, let's just follow. Aside from Lilith sending fire onto the roof or, fairy fire just to see. But no, we'll just follow.
Okay. So technically, you're supposed to be leading this fellow out. So are you leading him out, or are you following him nowhere?
Let's lead. We
Okay.
can lead.
So as you all head back the way you came from, you come to that large room that has the chute of mushrooms that you slid down. Are you going back up that way, or do you want to try and find another way? It doesn't seem you don't see any other passages through here.
I think that is the only way out.
Okay. So Twiggy, you'll have a pretty easy way of doing it because you can pretty much just fly up through the small tunnel. The rest of you are going to need to do an athletics check for me. Nice. So, Twiggy, you fly on out. Lilith, you manage to like climb your way up. When it gets to areas that are kind of difficult, you just like grab onto some of the mushrooms and use them as, anchors and pull yourself up. And you get to the top. Dizzy, you do the same, but it is just very tiring. By the time you get to the top, it was so much more exertion than you're used to. You're gonna have a level of exhaustion.
Oh no.
And Dizzy pulls themselves out and is just like covered in mushroom goo and breathing heavy. And then from behind, Brother Man like scrambles out, followed by Lyra. And then Yona pops out. Go ahead.
I was told we still need the jawbone, so can we still cook up a plan to get that?
Oh yeah.
From a different way, maybe? And not giving up brother friends over here.
Oh, Spider-Man. Well, I mean, I think that surely they had some kind of like protocol for like when that went missing, they'd be like, "Oh, we got to go find that." Because I mean, it's probably not the first time like someone's gone on sabbatical and it's just disappeared, and Jackalware's like roamed the world, right?
Right.
Spider guy. Like, what do you guys?
He just has like kind of started tuning Twiggy out.
I mean, how else would you like find it, or is like your security system's like so impenetrable? Clearly not, but like so impenetrable that it would like somehow find its way down here and like in the hands of like a queen who I guess looks like you.
Did you come down here looking for the jawbone?
Well,
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Who
How else
told
do we
you
know
it
it
would
exists?
be here?
Who said that? Oh, I don't know. Ooh, who said that? Was it face guy? No, it was eye guy. Eye man. Right? No, it was old guy. It was old guy. Old guy said it. Because he was in the chair and he was like, "Oh, the jawbone's down there," and we're like, "Okay, cool." But he's like, "Oh, I'm too old to go down there," and I was like, "Yeah, you're probably way too old man." Even though he's like also a daycare guy who's left there and never been picked up.
Daycare guy.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure that since this was not that long ago, maybe a day and a half ago, Alphonse Calvet is the one who had gotten, like, they're your patron now here in Paradon, or there in Paradon, because right now you're in Timor, but in Paradon, Alphonse has been helping you to try and find the jawbone, and some of the guard had reported seeing Jackalware's heading into the sewers with it.
That's it.
We were just there.
The changeling guy.
Correct.
The fancy changeling.
Correct.
Who's not a Jackalware, but a different
Also
kind
correct.
of were, but also not a were, but a changeling.
He's a doppelganger were. Or
Doppelware.
a wereganger. Where doppelware?
Doppelware.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of those things. Bet you didn't know that was a thing, did you? Sabbatical guy.
Yeah, I know all about the doppelgangers. We allow their presence in Paradon.
Bet you didn't know about the Jackalwares, though.
Their threat was ended long before I was born.
Yeah.
It seems odd that your arrival heralds the return of the danger.
No, we're here to, not be here, and that just happens to be a coincidence that somebody took the jawbone and that you were supposed to be doing something with, like, before your sabbatical. And I guess if we get you back, like, maybe that'll be like the key to getting it back. Probably how that works.
I hope you are correct.
I always am. Obviously. Powerful wizard. I know stuff.
Would you be able to walk faster?
He looks at Lilith.
I mean, bigger steps, sure.
And he scurries beyond Twiggy. Dizzy, what are you up to?
Still keeping an eye out
Okay.
for just everybody.
Do you want to do like a perception or investigation? Are you trying to like, well, let's do a perception. Let's do whichever one you're better at. And we'll see if you notice.
Another nat one.
Yeah, you don't see any signs that Yona or Harlow have come this way. You do know that Yona can see in the dark. You weren't. You're pretty sure that Harlow was a human, and so you're kind of keeping an eye out for a glow of a torch or something, but you don't see anything. And as you're moving through here, you're moving back through where the centipedes are, and so there's their bodies, and the earth was all churned up from your passage through before. As far as moving through it, you don't see any signs of them. And you slowly work your way back out to where the you had come to like a split in the fork, or split in the fork, split in the tunnel where you had met the Marikith, who had said that they would allow you to go into the realm if you were looking for the prize that the queen was looking for. And so essentially they went, at that tunnel, they went left. So you're coming out of the right tunnel. If you go right, you'll be following them, and you get the idea that direction is where the queen is. If you go left, it'll head back towards the Caliban camp, which is where Yona and Kaelin are from.
I mean, maybe
They. What were you gonna say?
Oh, well, maybe we should go back to the camp and set our friend up at the camp, make sure that they're okay.
That would be a good idea. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because then we can
help.
talk to our other friend, who I forget the name of, who brought us down and decided to stay.
Oh, Marie.
Marie. We could ask Marie if she could escort
Brother Man
back and start the process on how to fix them.
We need more names.
Oh, and he could help with the rehoming of the daycare, because that I think was what was going to happen. Is because they're going to go back to the surface because that's where they're from, and the whole exchange thing needs to happen. Where kids come down and then they go back. It's how things are done. With these sorts of things.
As this part of the conversation is going on, you hear that gross kind of chuckle coming from Brother Man.
Great.
What are your thoughts?
You asked Brother Man that? He just chuckles some more and then scurries past you down the tunnel.
Think he's going to eat them?
I mean, do we trust him?
Can you really trust anyone who goes on sabbatical? I mean, clearly this is what happens.
So, just to clarify, the plan is to head back to the Caliban camp. find Marie, ask Marie to watch Brother Man, or to take Brother Man back to Paradon. Which of those two are...
Either or.
Okay.
You can always go down and talk to the queen and say, hey, we've got the dude that you totally messed up on, and we won't tell anybody that you're really bad at your job if you give us the bone. And then we can probably talk a little bit about like getting you your guy back so you can actually like do it right, because he probably would really appreciate not being weird hybrid like that.
Okay.
Working your curses, lady. You know, come on.
So then, once having dropped off Brother Man, is your plan then to return and go talk to the queen?
Yeah.
Or try to find the queen? Because you don't really know exactly where she is, but you have a better idea now than you did before.
Yeah, try to find the queen.
Okay.
But I do think we need to make sure that Brother Man, like can we sense that maybe Brother Man would be a danger to, say, like, the orphans down there? Because we don't want anything to happen to the orphans.
So I will say, you do recall that Marie was not the biggest fan of the Church of Man. That Marie also had some kind of unseen difference to her that maybe made her fit in with the Caliban camp more than the above world. And also that the church was kind of in charge of the law that states that these creatures aren't supposed to exist above. And they're more in the camp of, let's just throw them in the river when they're born.
So he started out as an asshole. Then he got mutilated. So he's just a mutilated asshole right now. And we probably shouldn't show him the camp, but maybe we should send him back to his home as a mutilated asshole.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
To pave the way for the children.
I mean, if he was part of the whole putting the children in the sewers or whatever.
So we want to protect the children. We don't want him to know exactly where they are. What if we hustle them through without giving their location? Like, what if one of you can go ahead and let them know to just stay hidden, and we'll just push them through? And we won't talk anymore about the orphans.
Okay. So
We'll
we
say
still
they
have
set
to
up
find
a
a
camp
way to save the
above
orphans.
land or something. Okay.
Or we go ahead and then get Marie, just to save time. We can get Marie, and then she'll meet up with him, and then she'll be his escort out, and then I'm sure that she can have a talk with him about relocation plans, for the great return.
I don't think that he and Marie are going to get along. I think he might try and hurt Marie.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Nah, he wouldn't hurt a fly. He's an academic.
Dizzy, what do you think about running ahead really fast and just kind of being a little sound alarm and tell them all just to hide? And
we'll just
go through with him and pretend like there's nobody around us, and we'll just take him to the surface and kick him out and then turn around. Twiggy, don't mention the kids. Like, nobody's. Exactly. Thank you.
I mean, they're gonna be so excited to see him on the surface. They've been like going, "Oh, he's been gone for so long," and they'll be like, "Wow, it's so great to have you back." And they'll be like, blah, 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 blah. And
like, what did you learn on your sabbatical? He could tell his friends all about his sabbatical and how amazing it's been.
I would go to that symposium.
New meditations.
And how awesome it is to be a human.
Yeah.
So you're having this conversation with each other, Brother Man is nearby. Are you trying to keep this, I'm assuming, quiet from...
Yeah, we're trying to keep it a little bit private. So there's some nods and there's some like elbows and like
Why
a
don't
little bit of
you
whispers.
make a group deception check, and I'll throw one in for Lyra against Brother Man's passive.
I'm very deceptive.
Oh, my
Lyra's
God.
gonna hopefully make up for that. Come on, Twiggy. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. So the three of you, even though Lilith is like, yeah, so those kids that don't exist, and going back and forth, it seems like he's very interested in finding the way out instead of listening to. In fact, if anything, Twiggy's banter has helped him tune you all out so that he doesn't catch on to the gist. At least that's the feeling you get.
I'm helpful.
Right? So Dizzy, you're gonna move up ahead.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So as you move up, you come to that area that's kind of the different kind of tunnel than what you had been moving through, and it has like all of those holes that come out of it that you're pretty sure they're drains for a sewer that you have no idea where it comes from, because this sewer is different than the one that you were in before that comes under, out of Paradon. But up ahead you see where it shifts into that Paradon style sewer, and you know that right after that, kind of hidden off to your left, is the tunnel that leads into the Caliban camp. Why don't you make one stealth check for me? Nice. So Dizzy disappears from everyone's dark vision. The Brother Man is kind of climbing ahead of all of you, just looking around at these tunnels. Doesn't seem like he remembers any of this. Like, he seems like he's just heading that direction because the group is, and everything that's going off is too high or too small for you to climb through, so he's kind of assuming you didn't go through it, and Dizzy just disappears. Dizzy, get there, and you look around the corner, and you do see about 30 feet down that small tunnel, there are a couple of people that you don't recognize, but they are kind of hanging out every so often. They look towards the entrance that you were at, but they don't seem to see you. What do you do?
I'll get their attention.
Okay. They kind of peer more intently towards you. Who's there?
I'm just here to warn you. We're gonna be coming through with the party, to hide the orphans, and don't mention them at all.
Oh, it's that elf that was here. Okay, we'll do so. And one of them gets up and jogs down away from you.
Okay. And I guess I'll head back to the party and try to slip back in.
Okay. As you were heading back, you hear some mumbling that sounds kind of like magic that you've heard done before, and you peek back over your shoulder and you don't see the entrance that you were just looking at. It seems to be hidden behind an illusion.
Okay.
Sweet.
You don't have to go very far back, as the group has been moving along to get up here, and they're about the point where the sewers shift in their design.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'll just, I guess, try to, get back unnoticed.
Okay. Go ahead and do a stealth check for me. Okay. As you do get closer, Brother Man's eyes swivel over and catch you, and they blink those thin membranes.
No, I didn't see you move away. You are
Oh, that's-
quite stealthy.
Yeah, that's it's kind of how I am, I suppose.
We'll just keep moving on.
Okay.
Lilith is just gonna kind of keep barreling through.
All right, so
No
you
time to
pass
sit
like
back.
Lilith. You're kind of keeping your eye out, like, because you don't really know that the entrance has been hidden, and you're kind of like getting nervous and looking out for it. And you move beyond, and you're like, I'm pretty sure we would have seen it by now. Where is it? And you pass it, and you don't even know where it was.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Where are you going to take Brother Man?
Town square.
Just gonna kick him out and be like, enjoy your
Yep.
time.
Oh,
And
we should
then
have a parade.
weld the sewer lid shut.
No, we should have a parade, like, like a big fanfare. Oh, we should like send someone ahead of, just to let the temple know he's coming back, so that they can have like a fresh pair of robes. Because, like, I mean, this guy hasn't had a bath in a while, and his clothes really need a little bit of working. And we could probably even have like some musicians ready to have like a parade started. Maybe some floats, like, like a brother man going, sabbatical, I'm back.
You know, we could, that's a great idea, but we could bring him to Armand, bring him there, no, to the mansion, and he can
Alphonse.
eat Alphonse and let him know what happened. Say that we need more supplies, food, pillows, just more supplies, because we realized that the trek out there was it was really long.
I'm
And
gonna
so
need like
we have-
30 pillows just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do this.
Yeah, maybe some toys because it gets really boring down in the depths.
Some toys.
Just like entertain ourselves as we go through.
Some cookware,
Yeah.
some dishes,
yeah.
maybe some furniture.
Mhm, mhm. And then we'll turn right back around. We made a lot of progress. We really know how to get there. We just, need all this preparation to like actually go and do the thing and get it back. Get this jawbone back. So I think that's what we should plan on. We'll just hand him over, be like, hey, look who we found. He's got like great stories about his sabbatical. Learned a lot.
So, do you want to head for the entrance to the sewers that you came in, or do you want to just take another one out? Like, are you trying to go back out the way that Marie led you in, or pop up somewhere else?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
If memories, if memory serves,
I don't
right,
have a preference.
we were able to follow the road, or we knew where we were and the roadway with the sewer entries, but then we went past the city and then we weren't really sure like where we were.
Yeah, because
But
you
it kept
started in
going.
King's Quarter, and you went out of King's Quarter and went like down into, I believe, Blackchapel.
Mm. That's probably where they put the children in the first place. Maybe we should stay away from that hole.
You get the feeling that Marie's contact might have had something to do with that, so that might be the way that she knew about it. So if you want to avoid that, absolutely
Yeah, let's
legit.
go for the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Roll. Mick, can you roll a d6 for me? Excellent. So you decide not to backtrack as far as you went, and you get to the point where the sewer wall is kind of dripping, as opposed to like just the sewers, how they pour in every so often. The sewer wall itself seems, especially on the right side, seems rather humid, and there's just like water buildup on it, and then it kind of runs off and trickles into the sewer. This looks like good as place as any, and so you climb a ladder up and push the lid off. Who's going first?
I'll do it.
Okay, so Twiggy flies up being the beast that he is, moves the sewer lid off, and you rise up, and there's this. It seems like it's night. Then again, it's very hard to tell in Paradon because of the typical overcast and black soot cloud that hangs over it. But you're pretty sure it's night, except for there's this warm glow kind of surrounding you. Like you look around, you realize that multiple buildings are on fire.
Preparation started early. I like it. I like it. This is very good.
And
I mean, not conventional, but good.
And Dizzy and Lilith, as you climb out, followed by Brother Man, who kind of skitters off into a doorway and like tries to remain out of sight, you can hear shouting and screaming and maybe the sounds of battle off in the distance, and you can see people running down. You seem to be on you were on the dock walkway, boardwalk. You're on the boardwalk that goes along the river. Some of those fishing stands are on fire. Many of them have fallen into the river. You can see a couple of guards that are dressed like the town guard, not like the King's Quarter guards, that are fighting with other people, as far as you can tell. And then nearby, a group of guards runs out and turn around, and they're shooting arrows back down the hall, or back down the alleyway from which they came. And they're shouting, and from a rooftop nearby, you see this furry form launch itself into the crowd. One of them goes down in a spray of blood. There's a bunch of shouting. And that's where we will end this week. Any questions?
They're doing a recreation of that painting.
This looks almost exactly like it.
Yeah, I love how much into history they are. It's really, really cool.
I didn't realize today was the recreation day.
Yeah, reenactment day.
I totally read Recreation Day and brought my swim trunks.
I mean,
Says
people were
Lyra.
swimming. They were swimming at that time. I mean, just, for different reasons than recreation, if you know what I mean.
Does anyone have anything they want to announce or any other stuff? Okay, I'm going to throw one out there. I now have my Threadless store is open. There are new things on there. Head over to threadless.com/WHPubs. I think that's what it is. Actually, here. I think I have it here saved to show you, and I'll put it in the show notes. Nope, it's whpubs.threadless.com. I was so close. Bloop. There are a few designs up there. One of an online adventuring party, one of a monk kicking it good. There's some potions on there and some doggos and dragons. Head over, check it out. Hope you enjoy it. We don't have our face mugs yet, but hopefully soon we'll get some face mugs to be able to drink from, so we can all drink from each other's heads. It's going to be amazing. I hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving. If you celebrate, if you don't, I'm still thankful for you. Thanks for watching. Thank you all for joining me in the game every week. I appreciate you guys. Guys being a general term. Folks. I appreciate you folks.
Well, I appreciate you folks as well. And thank you very much.
I did want to ask, and we have a few minutes. I want to know what your characters would be thankful for.
I think Lilith would be thankful for the moon and life itself. Also, probably cheese.
Cheese?
Cheese is delicious. Cheese is delicious.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Mick, what would Dizzy be thankful for?
Probably music and companionship.
I like it. I like it. Lyra, what would you be thankful for? My knives. And then she just like stops. Sean, what would Twiggy be thankful for?
Twiggy is thankful that everyone else is thankful about Twiggy. Because, I mean, like, there's really nothing else to be thankful for but Twiggy, and, like, the royal Twiggy, which is like the royal I, or the royal we, is Twiggy is life, is all. Yeah.
Perfect.
That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense.
Yeah,
legit.
the air should be thankful for Twiggy breathing it. I mean, clearly that it exists for him to breathe.
I mean, if it wasn't thankful, would it continue being there?
See, you understand the nature of the universe already. That's exactly how it all works.
Well, thanks
Oh my
everyone. We should be here next week, I hope. Same bat time, same bat channel. It's 4:30 p.m. Eastern here on Twitch, and on Saturdays at 11:30 my time. So 1:30 p.m. Eastern. It goes live on YouTube. So thanks for joining us. We will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Wait,